But was he the 5th best receiver this year, though, Ken? Get your
He was hurt, man. So, you still can't stop him.
No.
You know what stopped him? An injury.
But why do y'all keep rewarding injury?
Oh,
you're not on the field. You're not performing. You're not
because when he was on the field, he was balling.
One thing we have to keep in mind is that, and we talked about it on the show,
but at the same time, it comes from 2 different points.
Then all of a sudden, you want to say, "Oh, well, you know."
I think for me, I don't know if I can speak for everybody else.
This is Dead End Sports.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome to another edition of Dead End Sports. I'm your host, Ken. I'm sitting here with FIFO, Kyle, 12 Kyle Radio. We got Beezy over there looking at his terrible preseason predictions for the NFL.
What? Man, my stuff is potent, brother.
All right, man, before I get into the show, hey, make sure you guys tune in every Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Blogtalkradio, where we do our live show, Dead End Sports Live. So make sure you check that out. If you can't check it out live, on Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, check out the podcast. You can go to DeadEndSports.com, and you'll go hit the show tab button at the top, and you'll see all of the most recent shows there, and you'll also find the most recent show on the homepage as well on the slider, so you can click either one of those and catch the most recent show, or you can go to blogtalkradio.com/DeadEndSports and catch it from there. So it's been a wild NFL season, which ended in what many would say was a great Super Bowl, with the controversial call. If you guys are just not checking this video out, we actually did a recap on that last week, so make sure you check that video out. So anyway, where we talked about the Super Bowl. So now that all of that is over, we want to look back at the NFL season and basically talk about what we got right and what we got wrong and anything else that stood out. So let's start with the obvious Super Bowl picks for the year. None of mine made it.
Who did you pick?
I had the Broncos and I had the New Orleans Saints.
Oh, dang.
I know.
I had
Saints embarrassed me, man.
I had the Broncos too. Don't feel bad. I had the Broncos. I was sipping the Peyton Manning juice. I had the Broncos and the Packers, so I felt a little better about that. But
you were close with the Packers.
Yeah, close with the Packers. Real close with the Packers.
They were there. Boston screwed that up.
Yeah. So but yeah, I was. Preseason, I thought that this was going to be the year for Denver. And Denver, man, really, they got off to a good start. And then, kind of like with Manning's health, everything just kind of faded down the stretch.
Was my freaking fantasy football squad. Cost me my playoffs.
You didn't cost me mine, though. Fantasy football champ, baby.
We talking about real football.
Hey, you lost, and you lost. So, of course, you're going to say that. Hey, next year, man, you guys sign up for the Dead End Sports League, man. This is our 2nd year running it. It's been great, some stellar competition, competitive league. So make sure you join that. We may do a couple of more leagues this year.
Some prizes too, man.
Yeah, we gotta do some prizes, man. Create a paid league too, man, so you guys can win some gifts and stuff. Yeah. But who knew that Peyton Manning would fall off the way he did? I don't think we could really predict that.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Didn't something come out saying that he was really fighting an injury?
Yeah, he had his quad.
Yeah. So and that's good. That's good for him.
Yeah, I picked the Broncos too, but I also picked Seattle. I thought it was going to be a rematch all the way around. But I kind of had a feeling the Patriots could maybe make it, but just thought Peyton was going to be too much this year. But I guess he wasn't enough at all.
Ran into that boy Luck.
Hey,
do you think he here? Was this the coming of Luck?
Yeah. I
still can't beat Brady.
Already got what he had.
Exactly.
I mean,
he didn't have a lot.
He didn't have a lot. No defense really, and I mean, besides him and T.Y. Hilton, now they're gonna be a good team.
They're not ready, man. And I think that people lose sight of the fact that he's only been in the league 3 years, or 4, right? 3 years. That's crazy. He took over a 2-12 team.
Yep.
Got him into the playoffs the first year, 8-8, and they've won better than 12 games every year since.
With nothing.
With nothing. So he just essentially replaced Peyton Manning.
Yeah.
But they better give Andrew Luck. If I'm that organization, if I'm the front office, I'm like, yo, look, we went to the AFC Championship game with, look at this roster.
The Colts are preparing to make Andrew Luck the highest paid football player in the NFL. So if you do that, now how do you pay someone? So but here's the thing: as an owner, would you make Andrew Luck the highest paid quarterback in football?
We make you this much money. You might not have a go-to receiver. You might not have these throwing weapons, or you might not really have a defense. We might put the game all on you pretty much going into postseason. Like, you just got to sit down with him, and you got to understand that. Like,
it's the economics of the game.
So you want him to take a hometown discount? Should Russell Wilson take a hometown discount too?
You can't, and there's been talk about Russell Wilson getting the most, being one of the highest paid quarterbacks.
Really?
I don't think that he is or
you
should
talking about
be.
if you the organization, you pay him?
I think.
You already know. You already know. I would pay.
He's not gonna pay
I would pay.
Russell.
You know, I still believe that Russell Wilson goes as Marshawn Lynch
He's
goes.
gonna pay Russell Wilson in Snickers. He's not giving him money.
Hey, look, you just cost me a Super Bowl.
Hey, he should get more money than Andy Dalton though.
Who are your Super Bowl team?
He didn't have nothing to say on that one either. He didn't have nothing to say on that. To be honest with you, only thing I remember picking was for Seattle to repeat. I don't even remember who I had them playing against. I was just like, Seattle gonna win it again. I was one stupid pass play away from that happening, but I don't even remember. I probably had the Patriots or the Broncos, probably just off the fact of what they did last year.
We also talked about our top 5 players in certain positions.
Links to those are in the description.
Any guys that you picked in your top 5 that looking back on it now you probably shouldn't have put in your top 5 in some of those lists that we talked about?
Easy, yeah. And I just did this because he earned, like, I guess like the Kobe thing, he got his stripes, was Larry Fitzgerald. No way he should have been in the top 5. But he just got them stripes though. I put him in just off that. And I think another person, AJ Green, he was my number 3, I believe.
Yeah.
But that's about it. I think everybody, I had Julio Jones, I think at 4 at the time, and I had Dez Bryant at 2 and Megatron. Actually, I might take Megatron out. To be honest with you, if I was to redo that 5, I mean, just for this season, just for 2014 season, I think, because there's been some stellar receivers playing. Antonio Brown, Antonio Brown's playing like the number 1 receiver this year. Low key, old boy from the Giants. Beckham. His numbers are pretty much the same as Calvin Johnson's, and he played half the games as Calvin Johnson. So, I mean, come on now. It's like, damn, you a rookie and you put up the same numbers as Calvin Johnson. You only played, 9 games, and Calvin Johnson played 16?
Right.
Jordy Nelson is balling. You know who balled out surprisingly though this year? Emmanuel Sanders, low key. Yeah. So I would probably put him in there over
T.Y.
This
T.Y.'s getting double teamed.
But Emmanuel Sanders has more receiving yards than him.
No, I know. No. He does, but I just think T.Y. means a little bit more to that offense than Emmanuel does for Denver. You know what I'm saying? So because of that, because he's the number 1, he's seeing the double teams. They know you want to go over the top, and he's continuously progressing as a route runner too. I have to give it to T.Y. because I think being the top 5 at any position, like, that's prestigious. And I'm not knocking Emmanuel. I understand it's hard keeping them out, but I just think T.Y. means more for his team than Emmanuel.
Of course, Dez Bryant is staying there. Dez Bryant gonna stay in there. Julio Jones can stay in there too. So yeah, I would take out Megatron. I mean, look, y'all know I'm a diehard Detroit Teams fan, but I gotta be realistic, man. I mean, Megatron this season, Megatron didn't look like the Megatron that we've all known to see.
I think he was hurt. He was hurt a lot.
I think he was too.
I think he was probably a lot hurt. He was hurt more than what he let on.
I think so. Because remember, I think he set out for a couple of games.
Yeah, he set out.
So, and I think when he came back, he wasn't like really like there. So
for me, it would be hard for me to take him out of my top 5.
I know.
Even in the bad year he had, I think probably anybody who watched those videos, for me, the obvious was Dez Bryant.
Who?
Dez Bryant, man. Dez,
the one that you kept out of your top 5
Because
for
of
what
an
reason?
attitude problem.
Because of what reason?
And you know what? I will, because I know Dez, I know you watching. I want to officially issue my apology. I messed up. Dez Bryant was not only a beast on the field. You saw his passion and everything, but I mentioned in the video I thought he was a coach killer.
Yeah.
Nothing of the sort. So Dez Bryant, I owe you an apology. Everybody hit me up in the comment section. All the Cowboy fans hit me up. it was all glove. But I can't, I gotta. He is right there. I mean, like, you can make a case for Dez Bryant being the best receiver in the game right now. Antonio Brown was a guy who wasn't on my list, had a phenomenal season. Julio Jones was definitely there as well, having a great season as well. But for me, that was the biggest omission as far as receivers were concerned. Dez Bryant, definitely, hands down. Dez Bryant was phenomenal this year.
I totally whipped on Antonio Brown.
I think we all did. I don't think anybody picked Antonio Brown.
Nobody knew like that.
I didn't see this. I didn't see what he did this year was amazing. Much like you guys, I'm leaving Megatron in. He was hurt, but when he needed to step up, he had some big games to show he was still Megatron.
But was he the 5th best receiver this year though? Okay. He was
hurt, man.
You
still can't stop him.
No.
You know what stopped him? An injury.
But why do y'all keep rewarding injury?
Oh,
you're not on the field. You're not performing. You're not
because
producing.
When he was on the field, he was balling.
But you weren't on the. He was all right. It's your top 5, man.
Right.
I'm just.
Dez Bryant.
I'm just.
Which I told you, but you had to eat your own crow.
I agree.
Yeah, but no, you know what? Nah, because I don't want to let you get off that easy, Kyle. Because you sat there and you gave all of us flack for Dez Bryant because he had an attitude problem. And you see, you be doing that old man stuff.
And you know what? And like I said, I fall on the sword. Right. He was phenomenal this year.
Brandon Marshall, man, I got to take him out.
Yeah.
I don't think it's any.
He suffered a ruptured spleen at the end of the season.
Yeah, he did, but
he'll be all right.
Even though I still think he's a baller, but I think based on what I saw this year, Jordy Nelson clearly was leaps and bounds better than him this year.
Second best wide receiver in that division.
Man, yeah, Jordy, that white boy can ball, man.
Jordy Nelson
that boy can ball. And then of course, AJ Green got to go.
Yeah.
I'll put Demaryius Thomas in, and of course, Josh Gordon, man.
Yeah, he was, in rehab most of the year. Now he's not even in the league, and you had him in your top 5.
I had him in because
how's he gonna make the top 5? He ain't in the league.
He played, Kyle. That was the only thing I said. I said that if he plays this year, it qualifies. You guys were like, he's suspended for the year, so he shouldn't be in there. I was like, no, if he plays, then he should be in the league.
He played 3 games, and he got suspended again.
I mean, that was the last game. But the only thing I said was that as long as he touched the field, it counts. I gotta take him out because the boy has a history of making bad decisions.
Get right.
And by his own admission,
right.
Based on the letter that he wrote to everybody in the Cauldron, which is on Medium.com. So he detailed it out. He said, he owns it, it's his decision, but he has a history of making bad decisions. So until he gets over that, man, he gotta go. He gotta go. So that's what I got. Those are my adjustments.
I think the only person that's still in my top 5 that was in my mid-year is Dez Bryant.
Okay.
Everybody else, the AJ Green suffered injury, wasn't there. Calvin Johnson's been hurt. I don't reward injury at all.
We know that.
Yeah.
Like, if you're hurt, then you're chilling. Then it is what it is. You can take the year off. I can't put you in that. Who else did I have? I have Julio. I took him out. Statistically, phenomenal year.
Yeah.
Not taking that away. I think he's a top 5 talent. But for this year, obviously his impact wasn't enough to propel Atlanta to more wins. So I can't put you in the top 5 and you can't produce a little bit more. But even though, I know I'm gonna contradict myself with who I got at number 2, so it's cool. But I got T.Y. Hilton at number 5. I got Jordy Nelson at number 4. Antonio Brown at number 3. I got Odell Beckham at number 2. And I got Dez Bryant number 1.
Okay.
I think Dez Bryant this year has made a case. I think there's still a cream of the crop with like Megatron and Dez, and I think AJ's up there. I think Odell Beckham is up there. You know what I'm saying? Like in that top elite level. So those guys are fighting for it. But I only took the healthy ones.
What about quarterbacks? We don't have to really go through the 10. So anybody that
Eli. I had Eli on my list. Eli, man.
This dude, man.
Hey, man, I'm keeping it real.
We always
you consistent though.
I had Eli on my top 10.
We told you though, man.
Eli, and I think Eli, maybe I gave him the benefit of the doubt because of his history or whatever as far as winning Super Bowls. But Eli definitely has fallen off. I didn't have Romo in my top 10. Romo's definitely a top 10
Another
quarterback.
one I tried to tell you.
My top 5, and I think all of us had the same top 5.
Yeah.
My top 5 we probably could rearrange. I think I had Manning at.
You're keeping Manning in your top 10.
Peyton, yeah.
Peyton top 10, I have to. Top 10, top 10,
yeah.
Not top 5.
Yeah.
He's out the top 5.
B.
Some Peyton Manning?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'll take out Matt Ryan, even though he won me a fantasy football championship this year, DeadEndSports League. Make sure you guys sign up next year. I'll take Matt Ryan out, man. He has some underwhelming performances, and I'll put Big Ben in. Ben Roethlisberger.
Big Ben went in your top 10?
Nah.
One player that we all agreed on when we did the video for overrated, talked about Jay Cutler.
Oh yeah.
Is Jay Cutler done in Chicago?
Yeah, I did. What did I say 2 years ago? I said keep Josh McCown and get rid of Cutler. Don't resign
Not with
Cutler.
that check, not with that paycheck. He's not done.
So
I think Fox will turn him around.
you can keep that. Yeah, you can keep that project.
How many coaches has he had to turn him around?
I think Fox could.
No, hey, you're too optimistic sometimes, Ken.
Look what he did with Jake Delhomme.
What about your boy Joe?
wasn't
What about Joe Flacco? Because you don't like Joe.
you don't
Cutler
like
don't like Flacco.
You don't like
we
Flacco?
can leave Cutler. Cutler not in no top nothing.
You don't like Flacco?
What about Flacco?
Flacco.
What about him?
Is he top 5, top 10?
No.
Oh!
No, absolutely.
You are a
not.
hater.
That's not
You're a hater. What do you mean? Did you see?
You know what? I'll tell you what I saw. I saw him blow 2 14-point leads to the Patriots. That's what I saw. And I saw him
The
throw
play game, the balls wasn't
and
right.
I saw him throw the interception and cost him the game.
Flacco got him there.
Exactly.
They backdoored in. What are you talking about?
Flacco played well all season to get him to the playoffs.
No, they backdoored their way into the playoffs, Kyle.
He don't like Flacco.
It's overrated, man.
He is not.
Yes.
He's better than Matt Ryan right now.
I won't argue that, but I also took Matt Ryan out my top 5.
So you take Matt Ryan out the top 5 and you don't put
and I put Big
Flacco in the
Ben in. Right. I put a
understand
better
that.
quarterback.
That's
Okay,
cool.
all right.
But I'm saying,
All
Joe
right.
Flacco top 10 though?
No.
Get out of here, Ken.
Absolutely
So you
not.
mean to tell me he's not better than
I'm trying to
the
figure out
third of the quarterbacks that start in the NFL?
How does Matt Ryan even get in your top 10 and you don't put Flacco in? Because Flacco's better than Ryan.
You put Matthew Stafford over Flacco?
Huh?
You put Matthew
At
Stafford
the beginning of the year, yes.
No, now.
right now. So Stafford's still over Flacco?
Flacco's still over.
I put Flacco over Stafford, dude.
Like
Stafford is 0-16 against winning
And
teams, dude.
he
On the road, he hasn't won on the road.
He had a better coach.
Here's the thing.
He's had a better coach. Mike Smith, where's Matt Ryan's coach? Where's Matt Ryan's coach right now?
Okay.
All right. So did he have Harbaugh on the sideline like Flacco does?
So let me ask you this.
Come on, man.
Is Andy Dalton in your top 10?
Come on, man.
He should be. If
man.
Flacco not there,
Let's go to running backs, man. Let's talk about these running backs, man. Let's talk about these running backs.
Is there any running back that didn't make your list that you? I think one guy that kind of stands out to me that wasn't on our, at least I don't remember being on our list, was DeMarco Murray. DeMarco Murray ended
He
up.
wasn't on y'all list.
Well,
He was on my
put
list.
Eddie Lacy on your list.
And you know what? I stand by my decision. Lacey got it going, man. He was a little hurt.
But what did I tell you? I told you, Ken, on that one. I said I'm with you. It's just too early because Lacey is talented.
I'm with you.
I didn't drink the juice all the way, man. Like, but no, you had the.
But you didn't have AP at 1. That was the problem. Ken and I had AP at 1.
Yeah, I did.
Well, I think the obvious thing here is just Le'Veon Bell. I think that's the one
Le'Veon Bell,
that kind of got away. We can't really, judge AP too hard because of what happened.
Right.
He didn't touch the field, but based on FIFO's rules, that should get him off.
He's not in my top 5.
You won't be on next year's list.
He's not in my top nothing.
But what about Le'Veon Bell?
And Murray.
So I'll take Lacey out and put Bell
and
in.
Murray is like
Bell and Murray.
kind of interchangeable for 1 and 2. For me.
Bell and Murray probably 1 and 2.
Bell, I think the reason why I probably put Bell over Lynch, like right there at 2 over Lynch, is because of the shock value. I didn't think Bell was gonna do what he was gonna do.
Right.
Marshawn Lynch, you know what he's gonna do. I mean, he's gonna have this type of season he's gonna have. So it was just like, all right, it's not really surprising. I can understand why you put Marshawn Lynch up there, but it's like DeMarco Murray and Bell for me is like 1 or 2.
And I think another reason why Bell's got to go up there at least for me at 1 is that he's got a quarterback that threw for 5,000 yards, and he still put up numbers.
Still got his.
Still put up numbers. And we saw his impact when he wasn't able to play in the playoff game. Steelers could have won. Probably could have won.
All right, so to wrap it up, Aaron Rodgers was named MVP. Do you guys agree with that?
Yes.
Yeah, I do, but I'm gonna be honest. I wanted to see J.J. Watt.
I want to see J.J. Watt
because you don't really see defensive guys really be in that limelight for MVP that much. So I think that's the only reason. Like, I mean, Aaron Rodgers, he had almost like it's kind of like Peyton Manning. Like remember Peyton Manning was winning all the MVPs? Like it was Peyton Manning. Like
I think if there was a year for a defensive player to win it, this was the year.
Okay.
And I think the numbers substantiated that.
I think his shot would have been way more solidified if they would have went to the playoffs.
That's my only knock on not putting J.J. Watt, but I would have liked to see a defensive player.
We haven't seen a defensive player of the year be the MVP since LT in '86.
Anyway, that's the NFL recap. Great season, man. A lot of exciting games, a lot of exciting plays. Odell Beckham with the catch. Pete Carroll with the call that lost it all. Just Peyton Manning's decline. Aaron Rodgers, phenomenal season at home, and the debacle against Seattle. But anyway, man, it was a great year of NFL. Plus, I won the fantasy football Dead End Sports League. Make sure you sign up next year so I can beat you as well. But that's it, man. That's it. We're done with the NFL, man. We're moving on to baseball and basketball.
And college basketball.
Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you check us out every Tuesday, 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Blogtalkradio. If you don't get a chance to catch us live, go to the website, DeadEndSports.com. All the shows are there, plus the videos.